right, Shalom. I'd like to give all honor, praise, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Honors to the elders, Amanda, Elder Sagalar, Elder Yahweh Call. All right, peace, blessings, and protection to the men and women who's currently waiting for the return of our power. All right, and this is the title of this lesson. I think it was, maybe our title, He Appointed His Bounds, all right, that He cannot pass. All right, because with all that's going on in Babylon the Great, and that's going into this so-called new digital revolution. All right, this is the final hurrah. All right, as far as one of the things that could save this place, because the American dollar is losing its hegemony, is falling fast. More countries are trading within themselves. They're stepping away from this place, and so this is the next big thing that they want to bring to try to save Babylon the Great. All right, but and I titled this "Appointed His Bounds that He Cannot Pass," because really it's too late. All right, and the Lord sets a time limit on everything that He does. All right, and that's what these Edomites don't understand. All right, as far as these things are spiritual. You can't carnal your way out of the Lord's judgment. All right. As the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. So let me read some parts from this article. It just says Eric Trump says crypto can save the U.S. dollar. And President Sun predicts inflow of digital asset wealth from overseas will bolster U.S. currency. All right. Eric Trump has said growing demand for cryptocurrencies could save the U.S. dollar by attracting investment flows from around the world into America. The president's son, a prominent crypto advocate, told the Financial Times that the digital assets boom would channel trillions from around the world, wonky currencies toward the U.S., mining Bitcoin here, being financially independent and running a kind of financial revolution out of the United States of America. I think it arguably saves the U.S. dollar, Trump said. He was speaking on Tuesday, hours after the NASDAQ opening bell to celebrate the month's market debut for crypto company American Bitcoin, where he has a stake worth of, I think that's $500 million. Trump's comments come after the U.S. dollar has fallen sharply this year as President Donald Trump's trade war and his repeated attacks on the Federal Reserve, which on Wednesday cut interest rates for the first time this year, shake investors' faith in the world's de facto reserve currency. All right, so we see that. All right, Babylon is being rolled down from the rocks. All right, and as that scripture say, we would have healed her. All right, but there's no healing balm for her. All right, because the Lord has set it up that way. All right, He's pretty much set it up that way, to which this place is done. Bottom line to it. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1:1, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? It was not Esau's Jacob brother, saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So the Lord is causing this place to fall. All right, and He's not going to it's not going to rise again. All right. It's the book of Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined in the number of months, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So in spite of this thing that's going to be initiated, all right, the Lord has set a time limit for this place. All right, so it's not going to. All right, that's not the Lord's intentions going forward. All right, the Lord's intentions is that His people come back into power and rule under Him in righteousness. All right, but Esau thinks he can always, offset prophecy. It's the book of Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and his death, and cannot be satisfied. All right, but gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. So still wanting to have that hold on these nations. All right, these nations are already wanting to break off. You see, BRICS is adding more and more, nations to the mix, and they want to start this currency thing to where they'll be pouring back in again, pouring back into Babylon. All right, Babylon being that main place. All right, that place of opulence and wealth and that paradise to which all people want to come, but that time has passed. All right, let me go to the rest, and it says, "Shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." All right, because we're like 36 trillion in debt. All right, and so we're like 36 trillion in debt, and it says, "Shall they not rise up suddenly that bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee." All right, because of men's blood, and for the violence of blood, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe unto him that coveted evil covenants to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Right? All right, because he's trying to get out of judgment by continuing maintaining a hold on the world. All right, by initiating this digital currency, the MOTB, all of these different things, this digital infrastructure. All right, to keep him in power. All right, to deliver him from evil. All right, because his time is at an end. All right, but that is all right. That's not going to happen. It's the book of Job 20 and 15. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps, and the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Those things are synonymous with like a paradise. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. All right. So, according to the substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he builded not, and the house he took away was the Israelites. All right, because the Lord built that house. All right, he gave us that name and gave us a heritage. All right, and we were subject to payments while we were here, but that time is coming to an end. It says, "Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly; he shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left, and therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him, all right, while he is eating." All right, so these things are not they're going to be initiated, but they're not going to come to fruition. All right, to its full capacity. All right, because we're on the verge of World War III. Plagues and earthquakes and all other things are breaking out in the earth, and the Lord's wrath is going through the earth. All right, and it's going to continue to do that until he come and crack them clouds and come himself and gather all these nations together. All right, and take down all these nations' militaries all around the world. All right, and put his people up on high. All right, so we're seeing these things, and people looking at these things like it's going to continue, as the scriptures say in Psalms 49:11. It's in with thought that his house shall continue forever, and he called his land after his name. All right, but it's not going to continue forever. All right, all these things right, are soon coming to an end. And we're seeing these things, we're seeing prophecy being fulfilled right in front of our eyes. All right, so yeah, I pray that this lesson was edifying. With that, I would like to give all praise, honor, glory to my power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, Shalom.